when you're dealing with your imagination, nothing bolts up until you make it. So. What is going on, everybody? This is the next video. I know I said that we would be doing the header stuff, but I'm here on the weekend working, so I might as well do a little walk around and see where we're at. I got my mocked up front end on. The reason I'm making the front ends like this and the rear like this is so that it's a repeatable, easy to build crash structure. Tubing is interesting because it just takes a while to bend and repeatably do it accurately every single time. There's always a little bit of fitting, a little bit of cutting. I can literally water jet cut these the next day and have it put together because it's got alignment tabs and slots, and I could build one in no time at all. And then I'm gonna have a bash bar attached to that, so it'll be like kind of a layered crash structure. Anyways, I have the simulated brake setup that I told you guys that I would do. Basically, it's got the Willwood caliper. It's gonna bolt to these holes. And then we have the custom hat that Dylan machined and the rotor. Okay, so this is what I said that I was gonna do, and it's what I'm doing. A lot of hate, a lot of opinions. The best thing, and the thing that I like to do the most, is convert opinions into facts based on practical experience. So my practical experience is going to form a fact based on my opinion. And then nobody can question me, nobody can say that it will or won't work, nobody can tell me anything otherwise because I'll actually know and they won't. So that's why I'm doing this. And if it fails, guess what? I don't really care. It won't take me long to just take that setup and put it back at the wheel. No problem at all. People are afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. It's how you figure out where not to go. And if you know where not to go enough times, then you'll know exactly where to go. The other thing I did was changed up the rear control arm design, so now it looks kind of crazy. All right, so this is pretty wild. This is what I came up with to get the shock range that I want, and it did a really good job. Right now we just have it tacked up, but this is kind of what my brain cooked up. Looks very interesting, and it gives me exactly what I wanted out of the setup. So I'm actually not gonna powder coat that for a little while. I get all excited and I powder coat things, and then I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't powder coat that because I wanted to weld this to it, or I wanted to attach that to it or change this. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is until I confirm completely with the right springs and the right coilovers from BC that we're perfect and we're ready to go. And then we're gonna do a final strip down, paint the chassis, make it look nice, and then reassemble everything fresh. Today though, it's just getting longer and longer. Today I'm mounting my water pump. I'm gonna mount it. Jack can speed this up. I'm gonna lift this up. Then I'm gonna flick these on. Ta-da! All right, so I'm gonna put it here. Yep, this is gonna go. This is the bulkhead. This is gonna go through there, like that. I'm gonna put this somewhere like this, all right? So I'm probably gonna cut this floor, zip it, make it flat, because this is on an angle, because I want my fittings to go through it straight so that they can run tightly to the floor, right up to the firewall, up and through the firewall and into the engine bay. There's not a whole lot of room. The Corvettes are flat, so you can't, there's no like, when you have frame rails here on unibody cars, you can like run lines beside them and stuff, but the way this is, the only place you can go is here, and I'm gonna have a big fat exhaust there. 4-inch titanium is gonna be in there, which I got yesterday. We didn't put it in our last video, which would have been cool. We got all the fun, vibrant stuff on the second shipment that they sent us, but you'll see it all. Anyways, you'll see it all when me and Mike are putting it together. So I'm gonna mod that up, get that installed, weld it in place, make the brackets, etc. Try and vlog that while I'm here. Finish that, so I'll check mounting the water pump off my list. Then you can start routing some lines, figuring out where your rad's gonna sit. Go from there. This looks pretty cool in the air. I can see it a little better. Yeah, how did I come up with that? I don't know, late at night, thinking, drawing stuff. That's how I came up with that. Using a front coilover, which works just fantastic. There's my little clearance cup. It bolts in real nice here. Let's see if I can, nope, I can't. Should be able to. Anyways, nice little machine spacers that I let Dilly do. I've got good articulation with the bearing. Oh, let me see, yep. This is nice, strong alloy steel, stronger than you'd believe. It's insane. And then, yeah, looks great. The only thing you guys probably notice, maybe some of you noticed, my toe arm's gonna have to be a little curvy to bend around here to go to there. Don't worry, I already designed it. So I'll have a curved toe arm, which, to be honest with you, I really don't mind because it's like incentive to bend. And I would love to only bend toe arms because they're gonna be the easiest thing to swap out super quick. If you have them disconnect from a single point, like for example, instead of unthreading it from the bearing, you just unbolt it and you have them set up in the trailer so that every time you put one in, it's like, you know, roughly the approximate alignment length that it was at. Close enough. It depends on what you have time to do in a 5-minute timeout, but if it's really close, you can just throw it on and go. You don't have to worry about, like, you know, being all out of alignment. But I'm not too worried about that. I could also move the point, or I could make like a little bracket here and have the toe arm bolt like there, and then it would actually be a straight shot. So I'll play around with a couple things, but that's what's fun about this. I get to play around with stuff, and most people are like, oh, if it doesn't bolt up, it's a no-go. When you're dealing with your imagination, nothing bolts up until you make it. So that's too much talking. On to fabricating. Okay, so I cut this, and now I want it to be vertical. I'm gonna give her a couple smacks. That should do it. So I'm gonna weld in some sheet metal here and then drill my holes for my AN lines. And it should be nice. I could have just probably put 20-degree AN fittings on it and stuff, but I kind of want the pump to sit as close as possible to the wall of the car. And this will give me just an extra like inch. I'll show you. All right, so I made the shelves and all the little pieces. See under here. All right, super simple. Arms in the way. Gonna buzz that in. Start drilling the holes for the bulkheads, dash 16 bulkheads that are going to be going through. I really do love it when a plan comes together. Got my hole, got my bulkhead and my pump, and then see this plate. Sorry, this is difficult with one hand. This plate right here. Fish this through like that. Okay, that sits there, and then you can see the plate. Beauty. That'll be weldable there. That hose fitting has some room, and this is what we're looking at. See that? That is beautiful. Beautiful. So I 3D scanned the tunnel. These random plates here are for the new seat bracket that I'm going to be installing on the driver's side. Just a couple of the pieces, I don't have them all cut yet. Finished the bulkhead on the passenger side of the Corvette. This is where my water lines are gonna run through, up and through the firewall, so that I can like cleanly run it through the car. I'll either wrap them up in a heat wrap, or I will make a box around them to protect them from the passenger. This is how it is in my S14. I really liked how it was routed, so I'm just mimicking that. That's it. This next episode, Mike GT's already here. We're working on the 8-into-1 collector. This episode that you guys just watched wasn't as entertaining, but it's just leading up to the goods that's gonna be coming from the videos of the exhaust, which is titanium, stainless, TIG, all the best stuff that you can think of that you'd wanna see in a video. Mike and I are doing it. Mike is an absolute wizard behind the torch. He is an exhaust master. I have mastered suspension design and engineering. That's why I got good friends like that. He's already been laying some dimes. They already look sick. Maybe just give a little shot of one because he is so sick. So I'm really excited. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be for that, I'm thinking 1 to 3. Obviously, definitely 1, maybe 3. I'll see you guys on those episodes though.